Disclaimer, do not watch today's video if you get lightheaded or dizzy by blood. I do bleed in this video, so do not watch if you do not do well with blood. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm gonna be doing a super dumb and reckless thing, but it's cool. I'm gonna get so much hate for this video like I get on all my other piercing videos. There's a lot of support, but there's also like a lot of hate as well, and people just commenting piercing channels and trying to get them to react, basically trying to get them to hate on me or just trying to get them to react to me. But today I'm gonna be piercing my ears. I got piercing needles this time. So the first time I actually pierced myself on camera was I pierced my nose, and I used a safety pin. Was not the best, but it was all I had, and I was really determined to do it, which very dumb. If you're gonna pierce yourself, just go ahead and order needles, just get the stuff. But I ordered needles, so now I have sterilized needles for you guys, and I also ordered jewelry. So I have all the stuff that I need, and also I have alcohol here with me. I'm not using gloves. That's the one thing I'm not doing because it's harder for me to grip stuff whenever I have gloves on. That's not my thing, and I'm piercing myself. If I were to pierce someone else, I would for sure 100% use gloves, but I'm not using gloves because it is myself. Some things that I've learned with piercings and stuff, or at least in Texas, I know to become a piercer, you don't really take like a course or anything. Like, you don't go to school to become a piercer. You literally just apprentice people. So you're basically just watching people and practicing, and that's how people learn. So I'm just gonna be doing my own piercings. I don't recommend that you do this at home unless you are confident that you can do it, because if you're not confident and you don't think you're gonna do it, you're really gonna mess something up, and it's just gonna really be painful and probably not good for you. So I highly do not recommend this, but I'm gonna be doing it today. I have all this stuff. I've been piercing myself for a really long time. I've never had anything infected that I've pierced on my own besides my belly button, which I didn't actually pierce that myself. I had someone else pierce it, but it was not a tattoo shop, and that one got infected. But pretty much the only piercings that I've got infected have been at a tattoo shop. But I don't know, I just feel personally more safe doing it myself, so I'm gonna be doing it myself. If you don't feel safe or you don't like people piercing themselves, just don't watch this video or just don't do it. Simple. Like, I'm gonna do it regardless. So hating on me and telling me that I shouldn't do it or commenting other YouTubers to react to me is not gonna make me not do it. So, you know, it's just kind of pointless. But yeah, so I'm gonna be piercing myself. Sorry for the little rant, but okay, I'm gonna just update you guys on my piercings currently that I have. So I had my triple helix, but the top one closed up because it did get infected, and I got this one done at a shop and it got infected, and I had to go to the doctor for it, and then I just ended up having to take it out. But I changed my jewelry. So I used to have two of these balls in, but I took it out, and then I had this bigger one, but it was almost like way too big. This is the new ones that I got, and it was just too big. So I decided that I'm gonna put this little ball and then the matching little ball that I had already in my ear, and that's gonna be my top one. So it's gonna go the same size on the bottom and the top, and then the middle one's gonna be the little bit bigger one. And then I don't think I'm gonna do my tragus myself. I'm probably gonna end up doing my triple helix myself, but I think I'm just gonna wait and get my tragus done because this is like really thick skin, and I don't know, I might do it, I might not, but I do have the jewelry for it in case I decide to do it. And then I think today I'm just gonna be piercing my fourth holes. I already have 3 lobes, so I'm just gonna be piercing my 4th one, and eventually I want to do my 5th and my 6th and just keep going up my ear. And then I also have my industrial. This is my most recent ear piercing that I have, and it's healing perfectly fine. I did get it at a tattoo shop, and it did collect a little bump right here, but besides that, it's doing fine now. Oh, and then I also have my cartilage done on this side, but I am not obviously going to be able to wear the jewelry anymore because I got my industrial on this side, because I will be having my triple on this side, so I just kind of had to work out that way. And then I really want to pierce my double cartilage over here, but low-key kind of scared because my cartilage is super duper thick on my ears, so I don't really like that, and I have to pierce my cartilage really high up whenever I do it, but I don't want to do that. I want to actually like pierce it low or like lower. But today for sure I'm going to be doing my top of my helix and my force. So yeah, that's the piercing that I'm for sure going to be doing today. If I decide to do anything else, then obviously we'll see, but I'm going to go ahead and put this headband on just to get my hair out of the way because I have like pretty viciously long baby hairs and I don't want them getting in the way. Before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and go wash my hands, and I'm going to make sure I film it because I know a lot of people are going to hop on me. And I'm also going to be using hand sanitizer on top of doing that, as well as I'm going to put a little bit of rubbing alcohol on my hands. So it's going to make sure it's all sterilized, and my jewelry has been sterilizing in this cup of rubbing alcohol. This is just what it looks like. They've been sterilizing for ever since I started doing my makeup, which was probably like over 45 or an hour ago because I was fidgeting with my earrings as well as doing my makeup. So yeah, those have been sitting for a really long time. My needles are already sterilized as is, so we're good with that. So yeah, I'm gonna go wash my hands real quick and I'll be right back. And then I have my hand sanitizer right here that I'm just gonna be using as well. You guys can see it's a lot. It's like almost all that's left. So here's my 16 gauge needle. Try to show you a 16 gauge fully sterile needle. I'm gonna go ahead and get out my jewelry from the rubbing alcohol, but this is just the jewelry that I'm gonna be using. It's the one that I got from the tattoo shop whenever I got it pierced the first time. So yeah, that's what we're gonna be using. I'm going to take a little bit of rubbing alcohol and then just pour some in my hand and then just rub this around on my hands. Just make sure I extra sterilize my hands. And then I'm also gonna take a Q-tip and some rubbing alcohol and just clean the area out. This part of your ear, whether or not you know it, can get really clogged with earwax. So I kind of want to pierce it from the back forward just because that's the way the jewelry is for this piercing. The jewelry is the type that goes from the back to the front, so the ball screw on in the front. That's why I want to pierce it that way, but I'm not really sure if I'm gonna get like good enough like view of it, so I don't know if I'm gonna do that. But this part of my ear actually does bleed a lot, so if you don't like blood, definitely don't watch because this ear piercing might bleed. So I think I know where I'm gonna do it. So now it's just piercing time. As you can see where it's bleeding a little bit, that's where I pricked it, so that's where I'm gonna pierce it. Okay, so I can feel it on the other side. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's bleeding a little bit, so like I said, if you don't like that, don't watch this part. Okay, so I've got it through. As you guys can see, it's bleeding a lot because this area of my personal ear bleeds a lot. When I got it done at the tattoo shop, it also bled a lot. So it's just, I don't know, this section of your ear just bleeds for some reason. I'm gonna get off real quick and figure out how to get this jewelry in because it's gonna take me a little bit of time, but I will do the other jewelry with you guys, so you'll see that part. But this one's gonna be a little bit tricky just because this one goes in through the back. So I'm gonna do this real quick off camera and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I just got done piercing it, and now I'm going to take some antiseptic wound wash and just clean it up a little bit. This is what I always use to clean my piercings and to keep them from getting infected, and just this is how I clean them. You can use regular just like saline wound wash, but I just prefer this one. I feel like it cleans it a little bit better, and it's just the one that I've used for all of my piercings. But if it does start to get a little bit bad, then I always will just do a sea salt soak, and the angle is not the best, but this is like a weird spot for a piercing anyways, so it's always gonna look kind of weird and show the back. I don't mind too much because that's how it was whenever I first got it done anyways. So this is the triple helix. It looks pretty good. I really like it. It wasn't bad. The scale of pain, it was honestly so easy, especially with these needles. I highly recommend if you're gonna pierce yourself, get needles, like get piercing needles, because the hollow inside makes it so much easier and so much quicker to pierce, and you really, like, I couldn't feel that one at all. I feel like I felt it a lot more when I got it done at the tattoo shop than I did when I did it myself. So yeah. So now before I pierce any other area, I'm going to go wash my hands again, and I will show you again that I'm washing my hands. But I'm going to go wash my hands again because I did get a little blood, and that's just not very sanitary. So I'm going to go wash my hands real quick and I'll be right back. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and do an 18 gauge, so I'm just ripping off the needle, and I'm gonna use 2 different needles for both of the ears. Don't use the same needle, but yeah, so here's just my sterile needle. My jewelry is already sterilized. I already put on hand sanitizer and rubbing alcohol, but I'm gonna do it just again because I forgot to put it on film. So I'm gonna do it again really quick just so you guys can see that I actually did it. Put a little bit of rubbing alcohol in my hand and do the same thing. I sterilized 4 earrings just because I was like, oh, I'm gonna do 4, but I think I'm just gonna do the 3 because I feel like keeping up with 4 is gonna be a little too much. I'm not really gonna be using anything to mark this just because I don't want to, but I can feel it on the other side. I just need to push it a little bit more. Okay. I got it through, so I just pushed it all the way down. So yeah, got that one through. That one did not hurt really like at all, but I'm just gonna pull it a little bit more so I can just stick the jewelry in. This is the jewelry that I'm using. They're just these little tiny studs. And that was so easy. And then now I'm just going to put the jewelry on it, and there we go. My horse. That honestly was not bad at all. Really happy. And then I'm gonna put the ball back on there and just put this back in the thing so I can properly get rid of these needles, because I'm also in a medical program at school and I know it's not good to put needles in just regular needles in trash cans. If you do this, please, you guys, do not put your needles in your regular trash can. Like, that is beyond bad and really not good. So don't do that. I'm good. I haven't had a lobe piercing in such a long time. This is so weird. Now I'm gonna go back in with my antiseptic wound wash, just get a little bit more on some Q-tip, and then I'm just gonna clean this up a little bit just because you don't want it to be dirty. And just make sure you're cleaning your jewelry every single day. Regardless if you pierce yourself or you get it done, make sure you're cleaning it every single day because it's really bad if you don't do that. Okay, and yet again, I'm gonna go wash my hands one more time. Now I'm tearing off my new 18 gauge needle, and I'm gonna get my other piece of jewelry out, just have it ready to go. Like I said, hand sanitizer. I'm gonna go ahead and just use my other Bath & Body Works. Probably best to just go ahead and use like a regular Germ-X, but since this corona is all going on, there's not really any at the stores, so it's not like I can just go get some, but it's okay. I'm using the rubbing alcohol after, so it's really just gonna be okay. And then I'm just gonna take some rubbing alcohol, just rub this in my hands, making sure to clean the area. I did low-key forget to do this on the other ear, so super sorry. I definitely effed up there, but I've done good so far. I'm gonna try to get it as even as possible. This one's through, I can feel it. It's definitely through. I just need to keep pushing. Okay, there we go. It's all the way in. And then I'm just taking my other little earring and I'm gonna put it into the hole. And then going back in with the Q-tip and my antiseptic wound wash. Just gonna go back in and just clean this up a little bit, especially on the back because it kind of got stuck a little bit. And then I'm gonna take my earring back, just put that on there. Okay, so yeah, that is my little ear piercing video. I did 3 piercings today. I would not recommend getting more than 1 piercing at a time just because it's like kind of hard to sleep and stuff, but if you're up to it, then go for it by all means. But if you aren't really good with pain, then I definitely wouldn't do more than 1 because sometimes it's going to be a little bit hard to sleep. However, earlobe piercings are the easiest to heal and stuff, but cartilage does take a little bit longer, so just keep that in mind. As of right now, pain tolerance, obviously this one hurt a lot more to pierce. These ones didn't hurt really at all, but this one, it didn't hurt that much. It did hurt a little bit, but it hurts more so now that it's just like sitting there. It just feels really tight. These ones are fine, like I can't feel them at all, but this one just feels a little bit tight, so that's not always the best, but it's okay. It'll heal and we'll be good. But like I said, if you don't like these types of videos, I'm sorry. You shouldn't have watched in the first place if you knew that you weren't gonna like it or you were just gonna comment something mean. I mean, it's kind of obvious whenever you click on a piercing video that that's what I'm gonna be doing, so if you don't like that type of video, then you shouldn't have clicked on it in the first place. But if you did like this video, then thank you so much. Give this video a thumbs up and comment down below what your favorite piercing is that you have personally, or one that you really want to get in the future. But yeah, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!